to Investing in Trading Live, sponsored by TradingAcademy.com. My name is Josh Lilquist, here with my good friend and my good pal, Mr. Al Connickson. And we've been discussing these opportunities with the futures market, the Forex market on the last segment, because we have a lot of listeners that do really well in their life. They have great jobs, IRAs, 401ks started up, and they want to have another source or another strategy to do things. Maybe it's travel, maybe it's save more, maybe it's helping family. So they're looking at the market for that opportunity. And we had a lot of people texting in to see what that market was. So we gave away seats on the last segment for the futures market and the Forex market, classes on that. We have a workshop. It's a power trading workshop that's designed to show you what those techniques and concepts are. So if you missed it, simply text the word investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats. You'll get a link right back to pick your own date. We have these during the week. We have them on the weekend. So make sure to click that link, and we'll make sure we get a class for you. Also, if you are on your computer, you can just simply go to investwithota.com. That's investwithota.com for 2 seats. You can pick your own date there as well. So imagine you go through your life, Al. You grow up. You go to school. Some people go to college, and people go to get a job. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. That's quote unquote what they say. And then they say get a 401k with that job and contribute to it every other Friday, and then you're going to have millions and billions of dollars when you want to retire. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're listening right now and you're they, and that's not actually happening, there's a disconnect there. There's something that's going on with the 401k. So we have a lot of people that are listening right now, Al, that want to be able to make their own choices with their retirement. They want to retire when they want to retire. Mm-hmm. They want to be able to do the fun things that they want to do. They want to go golf more at retirement time, or it's travel, or maybe they just want to spend more time with family that may, quite frankly, which hopefully this isn't the case, but it is for a lot of people, they've been missing out all their lives because they've been grinding week after week, working to try to get to that promised land. Mm-hmm. But then they get there and they still don't have enough. So we talked about income strategies on that last segment to kind of create that, to be able to have that opportunity to get there. Well, if you're at that time now, the good thing it's not too late. Let's talk about 401k and IRA strategies. Let's just say you're in your, let's give a maybe 50 or 60, between 50 and 70 right now. And you feel like time is running out for you. Well, guess what? You are barely over halftime right now. You have many, many years to be able to do things that you want to do, more choices. So what are some of those IRA and 401k strategies that people can apply now if they feel like they're a little bit short for retirement?
Right. You know, what you just mentioned about people living longer, that's one of the risks that people have not taken into consideration. It's not just market risk. It's not just the return on your investments in retirement, but it's how long you're going to live. And nobody knows what that answer is for sure.
You can't project that in a projections from an advisor or broker.
No, that's correct. And typically when you put together a retirement plan, there is a number that they look at. Here's the projections based on you living to a certain age. Mm-hmm. But there also are things that can happen. Emergencies can happen. Medical issues can happen. All of those things that might really throw off the numbers that if you have a retirement plan, if someone has put something together for you, might be thrown.
Just imagine if you could be prepared for that ahead of time.
Well, and unfortunately, you talked about all the joys of that you can experience in retirement. Mm-hmm. Well, the problem is that a lot of the advice that Wall Street gives people now is cut back while you're still working. Before you retire, just cut back on things. Put more money into your retirement accounts. While preparing for retirement is actually obviously very important, so is enjoying your life before you retire. And that's why so many people are looking for these additional sources of income. And you know what? We're seeing people kind of glomming onto that enjoying life now thing. Mm-hmm. People are, but unfortunately, they're going into debt to do it. There's even a new phenomenon called doom spending.
Okay,
Josh, I don't know if you've
heard of that. No.
The phenomenon is most prevalent among younger generations, with 35% of Gen Zers, 43% of millennials admitting to doom spending. What is it? It's basically spending money kind of that you don't have, because of all the stress of what's going on in the world.
Hmm.
And it's like this is their comfort is spending money.
So what can they do with their 401ks and IRAs now at between 50 and 60?
Well, there are things that you can do in a 401k to manage that 401k. I think most people think that they just put money into a retirement account, your employer-sponsored retirement account, and then they just kind of let it ride and don't understand that they have the opportunity or the ability to make changes within those accounts. So basically, you're trading those accounts sort of like you would in a regular investment account. You have choices that you can participate in. You don't have to stay in the same thing. When you put a 401k together, you're putting your money into, or you're choosing several different things that your money can be spread out in. You don't have to keep those. You can change. You can rotate from something to another.
So something that might perform better at that time.
Exactly, because you're never going to find one thing that always is going to be the top performer. And the people that are successful traders and investors understand the value of rotation,
Yeah.
rotating from something that's not working into something that is working.
That's been a big topic that you've been talking about a lot in those investing classes that you teach here at the academy too.
Exactly. Yeah. And we go over in these classes that we teach, we not only talk about short term investing for income, we talk about wealth, we talk about retirement, and what some of the dangers are that you experience when you go into retirement that you can control, you have control over. We talk about dynamic 401k management. And here's the interesting thing, Josh, is that 401k, 403b, the plans that are put together by your employer are typically replacements for what were pensions years ago.
Mhm.
Pensions put the responsibility on the employer to fund the pension and also for the performance of it. When 401ks and 403bs, when they came into existence, the requirements or the responsibility was passed on to the employee. That's you.
Okay.
So now you're responsible for how that performs, and you're really not given any advice or counsel on how to do that by the plan sponsor.
Yep.
You're kind of on your own. You shouldn't let that happen. If there's a way of improving what you have, I mean, think about it. When you go into retirement, if there was a way for you to increase the amount of money you had in your retirement account and to keep it there and grow it while you're in retirement, wouldn't you want to know that? Those are the things that we teach our students. For most people, the problem, Josh, is that they're putting their money into something that has mediocre returns, but full exposure to bear markets and corrections and crashes, plus fees are being taken out.
Yeah.
When you retire, when you retire and you have your money in an account that's managed by somebody, you're no longer participating. You're no longer putting money in. Your employer is no longer putting money in, but the plan sponsor or the advisor is still taking money out. So
Hand in
that's
the
like
cookie jar.
yeah, it's like a hole in the bottom of your retirement bucket. So why not learn how to eliminate that, get rid of the fees, have access to things that aren't available in your 401k now? When you retire, there are ways of self-directing your assets outside of that 401k that can help you significantly.
Yeah, I like that. The cool thing is, as you mentioned, we can dynamically manage it through our company sponsor. So that's the 401k. The IRA is a phenomenal tool, or we'll call it a vehicle to drive into your retirement years. And the great thing is, you're talking about earlier with having an advisor or a broker, and nothing against the people, it's just the way it's set up. But if you have an advisor or a broker, they're just putting you in a fund with a cool name that you may not have any idea what it actually means, and then say you're gonna, this is what you're gonna do, and nobody ever reaches those goals. I mean, you see so many people. They say, "Oh, I was supposed to be here, and now I'm eating ramen during retirement time." So there are opportunities with a IRA to be able to manage that yourself, to be able to be in the positions and the right assets or sectors, as Al was talking about earlier. Same thing with your 401k, to perform when those are performing to the good side, and not being in the same turtle strategy all the time where it's slow. And by the time you get to your retirement years, you're like, boy, honey, I wish we would have done something different. And we'd really discuss that a lot in these classes that we do here at the Academy. These classes are designed, I'm going to give away seats for this class on retirement coming up here in a second, but these classes are designed to help you make smart investing decisions. Say you're within that 50, 60, 70 year time frame, and you're looking to finally be able to retire. You can't just wait till that time. You have to plan for that. And that's why we have these retirement planning classes. So if you're driving right now, you might want to get your phone ready and pull over, because I would hate to have you text and drive. But pull
Don't do
over
that.
and text the word investing to the number 210 for 2 seats for this investing class. And we'll come in and we'll talk about the retirement accounts, what they are, some of the opportunities within them. You can also go to investwithota.com and pick your own date there. It goes right to our website. So let's text the word investing to the number 210 for a retirement class, or go to investwithota.com. Al, we did this last week. I'm going to do this again this week. We got one more segment to go here today. What is your next topic?
You know what? I think we have more to talk about as far as retirement and income. Those are really important components of your financial life. So let's continue with that.
Let's do that. Retirement and income during that time as well. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.